Just let it in.
It is my Nerd World of Star Wars show, and welcome to this bonus episode. And I'm your host, Jon Justice. The Obi Wan Kenobi trailer has dropped, and I can't wait to share with you my instinctive reaction of what I have just seen. I didn't know what to expect, to be completely honest with you. And I went into this excited, but I have talked a ton on the show about how, I want content that's post The Rise of Skywalker. I want to move forward in the timeline. I'm less interested in spending time in eras that we've already spent a lot of time on. And we've spent quite a bit of time so far. In a number of, whether it's Solo, whether it's Rebels, whether it's Rogue One, in the time between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Look, I will never, ever doubt content created in an era where we've already covered ground before after seeing this trailer. So before I get too far ahead, let's go ahead and we'll give it a listen if you're listening to the podcast. If you want, there is a video version available of a Star Wars show up on YouTube, and you can watch the video there or you can listen to it here. Let's go ahead and roll it. I have not been this hyped in, again, I don't know how long, and it's tough. I can say that. I remember how hyped I was when we saw the first trailer for The Force Awakens, and I can remember how hyped I was when I saw the first trailer for The Phantom Menace. This trailer, it gave me goosebumps. It almost brought me to tears. It just affected me in a way that I did not expect. And I'm blown away, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see this show, especially with what we've talked about on the show. If you listen to the spoilers, what we can expect, and now that we've got some context on the visuals and what this is going to look like, just absolutely over the moon excited, incredible. Up front, I want to ask you, what do you think after seeing this trailer? Email me, talkshownerd@gmail.com. Leave a comment up on YouTube. Make sure if you're there, you like and subscribe to the channel as well. So what we're going to do for the remainder of this bonus episode, a lot of it due to time, because it's the middle of the work week and I still have regular work to do. So I want to run through just my instinctive reaction to the trailer itself, and then we're going to run through an article that just dropped today on Wednesday from StarWars.com of the 5 highlights from the Obi Wan Kenobi teaser trailer. What you can expect coming up this weekend on my Nerd World of Star Wars show is further commentary about the trailer. We'll break it down a little further. Get into more of the details and the characters. I already have compiled a list of all the spoilers so far, and I'll be sure to let you know if you're watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast and you want to skip over the spoiler part of it. I'll be sure to let you know so you can go in and do that. Plus, I got to say thank you to everybody who wrote in after last week's episode, the Reylo special that I did, and there's quite a long story attached to that. That was actually a much more comprehensive video that had clips from all of the films, and I got dinged big time with cease and desist orders, so I had to go and change it up, which is why you got just mostly me and the trailers from the 3 films. But we'll read back listener feedback on this weekend show, get more into the Obi Wan Kenobi trailer again in more detail. But now I just want to share with you my instinctive reaction and encourage you to share with me yours so that I can respond to that and share your thoughts with the rest of the audience coming up on this weekend show. So first off, my instinctive reaction, just wow. I was almost brought to tears over seeing the Lars homestead and Luke, a young Luke Skywalker, sitting on there with pod racing goggles on. This show is going to be something truly special. And we've been hearing that for a long time. And I guess I hadn't really kind of put this together. Look, I'm an Obi Wan Kenobi fan, and it's tough for me to land on one part of Star Wars that I love more than another because I love so much of it, right? So, a lot of times I get the most excited over theatrical releases. I talk about this a lot on the show. Specific characters and shows, it's hard for me to really kind of go, oh, I can't wait, apart from just my general excitement over any Star Wars content whatsoever. I was a bit let down with Book of Boba Fett. I enjoyed it, but I was a bit let down by the Book of Boba Fett. I love The Mandalorian, but as I've mentioned again many times, I want grand in scope. I want epic. And this trailer, and based off of, again, what we know of the series, already seems epic in comparison, in my opinion, to the Book of Boba Fett and to The Mandalorian. I was listening to some of the reaction from Making Star Wars, the Making Star Wars channel on YouTube, and Jason Ward there made a comment that the show already has a feel like The Force Awakens. It looks more theatrical than it does live action TV show. In the various locations, some of the shots that we saw of the spaceships, it already seems to be setting itself apart from what we saw from the Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian. And again, that's not a dig on both of those shows. It just is to go and show that I think Disney and Lucasfilm, they knew they needed to nail this series with this character because of what it meant to so many people. Like Andor going into Rogue One, this show is, for me, ultimately a sequel to Revenge of the Sith and a prequel to Rebels. Now, if you have not watched Rebels, you need to stop what you're doing, whatever shows that you're watching right now, binge watching, I don't care, and you need to start watching Rebels on Disney+. It is by far one of the best non-theatrical releases in storytelling in all of Star Wars, in my opinion. I think a lot of people think it's geared more towards kids. The quality of the animation is a rung down from, say, like Clone Wars. But I'll be honest with you, I like Rebels more than I do Clone Wars. We're getting the Inquisitors in the Obi Wan Kenobi show, and their introduction was in Rebels as they play the main antagonist in that series. Not to mention the fact that Obi Wan Kenobi actually has some parts within Rebels as well. So if you want to have sort of a primer on the Inquisitors and even a bit of what Obi-Wan Kenobi's been up to, even though Rebels takes place quite a few years after the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, you need to go and watch Rebels. I know that I'm going to immediately start watching the series again. I'm that excited for the content. And now seeing the live-action version of the Inquisitors really has me clamoring to go back and watch that. To watch that series. And again, my gut reaction to this, it just really struck a chord with me. It partly was due probably to the music, hearing sort of a redo of Duel of the Fates. The opening lines from Obi Wan Kenobi, the fight is done, we lost. Stay hidden. It immediately brought upon this weight of what took place in Revenge of the Sith, and instantly at the beginning of the trailer sort of set the stage to the position that Obi-Wan Kenobi is in on Tatooine while he's watching over this young child, right? And as I said before, my desire for post The Rise of Skywalker material has been satiated with more prequel and original era material, and I will never doubt potential stories being told in covered timelines ever again. The thing that I think has me most excited is that the Inquisitors, the fifth brother, the Grand Inquisitor, Reva, the third sister, they already are playing a prominent role and look like major threats within this trailer. But we also know that Hayden Christensen's returning. We're getting Darth Vader and flashbacks to the Clone Wars most likely. I sense that what we saw in the trailer was just the first third of the show. The spoilers also seem to indicate that. So that has me even more hyped because arguably what we saw was some of the least pivotal in terms of storytelling and visuals of this series and what is to come with the other episodes. And Disney's known for doing this. When Disney and Lucasfilm cut these trailers, they usually just go and give you a portion of the beginning of the series and they leave the rest of it a secret. They get you hyped for it. And this trailer was able to do something that certainly not the Book of Boba Fett trailers did. This thing got me so hyped because this seems as if a story in and of itself, just in this minute and 46 seconds, when in actuality, this is just a very small piece of this larger limited series, as they're calling it. And this could already be enough, in my opinion. The Inquisitors looked fantastic. I know a lot of people that I've read already in the commentary have been sort of a little put off by them because we're so used to seeing them in animated form, but the translation to live action I thought actually works really, really well. And the voiceover from the Grand Inquisitor was as threatening as Palpatine was. I almost thought it was Palpatine there for just a second. So I'm beyond excited. We got a new spaceship in there that seems to be a riff off of Director Krennic's shuttle from Rogue One, which I really dig. That apparently the structure on the ocean world was believed to be the Inquisitors' basically hideout. They hide out underwater. I'm not sure what the planet is. That might be something that I'll be able to find out when we get to this weekend show. But this is a trailer that I'm going to be watching over and over again, which is something that I haven't done when it comes to Star Wars trailers in a long time, apart from theatrical releases. This is going to be on loop quite a bit when I sit down in front of my TV and I hop on YouTube. This is going to be a go-to over and over until May 25th hits. And again, I'm going to start watching Rebels probably starting tonight. So I guess we're going to put off Yellowstone for a while. All right, let's get to this article here because I have other work to do. And I'm just so excited. And I want to watch the trailer again. So, 5 highlights from the Obi Wan Kenobi teaser trailer from StarWars.com. By the way, the hype train started rolling early this morning. We were doing the radio show here in Minneapolis, Twin Cities News Talk. Justice and Drew is the show that I do. And the official Twitter account at Obi Wan Kenobi tweeted out, "Hello there." And there was a lot of hype that we were going to get a trailer today because the investors call, the Disney shareholders and investors call took place today. But then Entertainment Weekly dropped images, which I'm showing a bit here in the video version of a Star Wars show, and we'll talk a little bit more about those coming up on this weekend's episode. So I was kind of under the impression that maybe all we were going to get were these images that I've been showing here, and not the trailer. And then I was actually watching the investors meeting live, and Bob Chapek was like, "And now here's an exclusive look," and I just was like, "Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?" I was bummed I actually watched it on my laptop for the first time around before I yelled to the rest of the house, "Gotta come down here and watch it on the big screen." So, all right, so let's get to these 5 highlights of the Obi Wan Kenobi teaser trailer. If we didn't know we were staring into the face of Jedi Master Obi Wan Kenobi, we might have looked right past him. Since being forced into hiding after Order 66, Obi Wan Kenobi has been lying low, down and out on Tatooine, dealing with the trauma of annihilation of many in the Jedi Order and losing his faith after his friend and former student Anakin fell to the dark side and helped give rise to the Empire. Our first teaser trailer for the forthcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi limited series, streaming exclusively on Disney Plus May 25th. Things are about to get a whole lot more complicated for the bearded and weary guardian of peace, justice, and the son of Skywalker. Here are the 5 favorite moments from the trailer from StarWars.com. Luke Skywalker. Obi-Wan Kenobi has kept his promise to look after the son of Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala from a distance. Kenobi uses macro binoculars to watch a young Luke playing at the Lars homestead in a story set about halfway between the events of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith and Star Wars A New Hope. The Grand Inquisitor arrives. The Grand Inquisitor, member of the Jedi Hunters first glimpsed in Star Wars Rebels, is set to make his live-action debut, played by Rupert Friend, and Sung Kang debuting as the role of the 5th brother from the series. Heralded by Duel of the Fates and the composition that first accompanied the loss of Kenobi's master, spoiler alert, in Star Wars The Phantom Menace, the trailer shows the menacing Grand Inquisitor ship arriving at Fortress Inquisitorius. And he's not alone. A new Inquisitor, Reva, played by Moses Ingram. The trailer provides our first look at the third sister, including the terrifying moment when she interrogates Luke's Uncle Owen, and another where she races across a rooftop with her lightsaber ignited. We only just met her, but from these brief glimpses, Reva is a formidable presence. Welcome to Daiyu. Although many of the scenes appear to be on the familiar sands of Tatooine, we also get our first look at a new world of Daiyu. Expanding the galaxy that we love. And I may be pronouncing that wrong. Daiyu. So, Daiyu. And I believe this is what they were calling sort of Reno in space. And I don't know about you, but it definitely had prequel Coruscant vibes, underworld vibes from like 1313, the video game that was canceled if you've never seen that before. It definitely had those vibes with the neon. I really dug that. And number 5, the Grand Inquisitor's unique spinning lightsaber. In recent years, we've seen the Darksaber and Ahsoka Tano's dual white lightsabers make the leap into live-action storytelling. Now, the circular tool of the demonic Grand Inquisitor joins the arsenal. So, again, coming up this weekend, we'll do some full breaking down of the trailer, including a spoiler recap. We'll run through the photos from Entertainment Weekly. Plus, we'll get to your listener feedback. And again, thanks to everybody who wrote after last week's Reylo, the greatest love story Star Wars ever told. I'm working on a follow-up to that, which would be the second greatest love story Star Wars ever told, of Anakin and Padme from the prequel trilogy. Because of the Kenobi trailer, though, while I was planning on doing that this weekend, I may have to wait for that until next weekend. But between now and a couple of days from now, again, I want to hear from you. TalkShowNerd@gmail.com, or leave a comment up on YouTube, and I'll share those comments coming up here on this weekend's official My Nerd World, a Star Wars show. So thank you so much for checking out this bonus episode. I can't wait to hear from you. Now I'm going to leave because I'm going to go watch the trailer again, and then I have to go get some actual work done because it is a work day. Again, talk to you coming up this weekend on My Nerd World, a Star Wars show. Bye.
The Force will be with you always.
My Nerd World.